just so that Google, people on YouTube don't panic. They are prone to panic. Okay? But I don't really want to start with the important stuff, which you think is the content of the lecture, but I know is actually the result of the test, because people are still coming in. So just start talking about the real content of the lecture for a little bit, then we'll switch back to the text, and we can finish off the lecture while you solve right. So we have to finish talking about modular programming. And it's not really essential. Well, it is essential stuff to know. But this is something we get back to in the second year and in the third year as well. It's a big part of computer science, and you hear it a lot. It's not so critically important for the first year, well, maybe in the second semester. And you'll hear it in the second semester again. What is this all about? I mean, this idea that we can write a program by writing separate pieces that are roughly unrelated is really important, because it means that we can test the pieces individually. We can combine the pieces to make a program, and we can also reuse those pieces to make other kinds of programs. So we can, in fact, use the same piece again and again by writing a library. So there is an example here, and we'll work through it quickly, briefly, of a kind of experiment where you flip a number of coins. So let's say in this case I have 32 coins, and they're all in a row. Let's just see if I can sum that a little. Okay, fine. So you have a number of coins that you want to flip and count the number of heads. So in this case, with 32 coins laid out, I flip all of them, I count the number of heads. That's one trial. And I do this 10,000 times, and I plot the results. So let's say that I get 16 heads. Most of the time I get about 16 heads, or 15 or 14. I'm not exactly sure what this frequency is. But some percentage of the time I get that number of heads. We want to conduct this kind of trial. So this is a kind of complicated program, but it's not that bad. We've written worse or more difficult ones. But I don't really want to go through this program because it's going to take too long. It's in the book, you've already read it, all that stuff, good stuff. Basically, this is the program. It's called Modularity. This is main, and it has two parameters: the number of coins to flip and the number of trials. And then I simply do lots of stuff. I've written a whole static method called binomial, which is one coin flip. I simply pass it, any coin. It's flipping, it's one coin flip in all n coins that I flip. So I flip my n coins and I count how many heads do I get. The whole point of this is to notice that in my main I'm calling integer not partial. And then in here I'm calling this routine called binomial. And inside there I'm calling standard random. And then I'm calling standard stats. And here I'm calling math.square root. So this problem, which seems not insurmountable, but quite intricate, actually relies on the fact that I've written a library called Gaussian that contains certain routines that I want. It uses math, that's fine. Bernoulli itself uses math, which is called square root. Bernoulli uses standard random, which is something we looked at, but something that Cedric and Wayne wrote for us. Bernoulli uses plot bars and plot lines, which is in standard stats, which we looked at, but something Cedric and Wayne used wrote for us. So this idea that one program, Bernoulli, relies on many others. And when we write a program, we are going to do the same thing. We're going to draw a little diagram like this when you start. And I wanted to do that for the project today, but I think I'll leave the whole of the project to discuss on Wednesday. Because, small interruption, let's switch gears and talk about something else altogether. On this page which says written tests, I have added the first written test and its memo, and also last year's, that was there before. And on here, I added the test you wrote and its memo, and last year's, but that was there before as well. And I'm not going to add the third written test until you've written it. I feel it would be unwise for me to give you the answer and the memo before I do that, before you do that. When it comes to the practical tests, I've added a few things. Firstly, my mistakey, I'm not sure why this happens. It's a horrible bug, but I will fix it. Okay? What I've added is the 3 practical test papers. So you know there were 3 tests. Early one, the late one, and then one on another day for people who wanted to cause grief and extra work. Couldn't run the first week. There will not be a makeup for the second practical test. You can't make a practical test, the second practical test, that I'll just leave you. I've also put all the solutions. So the written tests have been marked, and the marks are on Sun Learn. And should we double check, or do we just trust that it's there? I don't have to find it. So I've put the marks for the 2 written tests and the practical test, which are finally marked, on there. Now, I've had at least one complaint about the marking. And the fact is that you can see exactly what I did. I didn't try to hide anything or obscure it. There's this link, which I really hope it's coming. It's taking a while. It's a long file. But right at the bottom, there's this link called Marking Blog, which is the love of the marking, which tells it's for all of you. So you can see each other's results, and I don't want you to see that. So I'll show you a fake one, but basically it shows exactly what my little script did, as you can't see this now, of course not, as it marked all the programs. So I'm just going to look at the little sample of typically what you'd see. So what you do is you go to the website, you click on Marking Blog. Don't look at other people's results. What can you do if you look at them? Find your own name, look for your own name, and see what happened to your program while it was being marked. So here is a fake program. This is not a real student. You don't have a Pete Pompis in the class. But this is something Pete will see when he looks at his marks, or she. I'm not assuming that this is male. So let's see this first one. Right at the top is a line. This is the horrible line that I get from Sun Learn, a file name. And these are just random numbers, and your name in front, or Pete's name in front, and the name of the file at the end. It's horrible. And then the script picks up that this is Pete's student number, and this is Pete's name, and this is the program that Pete is trying to hand in. And the first thing it does is try to compile that calc.java that Pete handed in. Had a computer in front of mistake, or Pete is not very bright.